It just fascinates me to design contours and figure out how you're going to make a landscape three-dimensionally come alive. My name is Jim Urban. I'm a landscape architect. My particular corner of the profession is just the placement of trees and soils in urban environments. The turning point for me of moving from a traditional landscape architect who designed all the pieces of the landscape to one who is really concerned about trees and soil, mostly about trees, and trees became soil and soil became water, was a chance meeting in 1978 with a man named Tom Perry, who was going around the country saying that everything that landscape architects did with trees was wrong, that we shouldn't be designing trees because we didn't know what we were doing. He convinced me over the course of about a day, where we literally talked for an entire day, that he was correct and that we needed to make change. I became inspired by his passion, by his knowledge, and we spent the next 20 years working together on problems of trees. And we always were working towards soil, but we were starting with a tree and working out. And somewhere along the way, we realized that the whole issue was soil. And so we started working just on soil, and to the point where we didn't care what kind of tree you put there. That you make a space for the tree, where in 1978, the mantra of the design world was put the right tree in the right place, so we ended up with the same 5 trees everywhere. And what we've done is now push that over 30 years to make the place right for the tree, and then you can put any tree in there that you want. Positive trends right now in the way cities are looking at trees. For example, I don't know how many cities we're at this point, but maybe 50 or 60 cities, something like that, have now minimum soil volume standards, and in my opinion most of them are too small, but they're at least better than nothing. Trees are way underrated as a public utility. If you start adding up all the eco-services that they provide and the social services, they're just as valuable to us as street lights or any other system that we have. So if you have an office building that is, say, a $60 million office building, which is nothing these days, and you've got 10 trees in front of the office building, and you're going to spend $100,000 on those trees, $100,000 is part of the pro forma of that versus the $60 million. It doesn't even equate. Nobody even notices the $100,000 or the $200,000. And the developers are recognizing the value. They see that good trees sell buildings and bring in customers. Trees don't have a strong voice on projects, and until recently, it was always, if something needed to be cut, it was cut from the tree. We never cut out the trees. We always put the same number of trees in. We never put less trees in. We just cut all the support systems out for the tree. When I look at young designers, one of my other sort of worries is our loss of technical competence about how the world works. If I was to be able to make a change, I would say go out and get your hands dirty. Instead of working in the design office in the summer, work for a construction company. Olmsted was a farmer before he was a landscape architect. He knew the soil, he knew how plants grew. He had those basic understanding that I just don't see in a lot of the profession today. You need to touch the soil, touch the trees. And I have been trying to get landscape architects to understand that they are the only person on the design team that can be the Lorax. I think that if we wanted a mechanism to regain or build our position in at the table of collaboration that builds these projects, the landscape architects that are very well versed in plants are the ones that are going to be successful in the long run.